guys, great week on the market. In this video, I'm going to show you how I made 33% gain trading a first green day bounce on penny stock ticker ASNS. So let's go straight to the chart. So we'll start with the daily chart over here. So this is its big day one. As I said, the ticker was ASNS. So you can see here it's moved up on high volumes down here, and it had a big run all the way from around 18 cents to highs of around 73. So it's also traded significant volume. It's done over 1 billion in volume, which is huge. And then I'm looking to play it for a bounce once it's pulled back. So this is its first big day. Nice pullback here, which is actually its first red day. Even though the candle's green, it's closed below the previous day's closed. And then it's had a second red day here. And then I'm trading it on this day for a bounce. So I'm going to go into the intraday chart to look at a bit more detail. And I'm going to start on the 5-minute time frame. So this is its day one, and then that pullback on day two, and then another pullback on day three, and then here is the bounce area. So reason I'm looking to trade it on this day is because it's had that nice retracement, it's had a drop in volume, and it's also forming this lovely base as well. So if we look at where that base is forming, which is around the say 30 cents area, 31, 32, and can see here it's cross-referencing this area, which was acting as a previous area of resistance, and it's now becoming support. So it had a bit of support there on this day as well, even though it did dip a little bit lower than that the following day. But if I zoom in onto the 1-minute chart, so it's had this bounce on its, this base on its second red day. It's holding that area after hours, and it's holding that area pre-market. And this is a really nice base. I'm just going to remove this line just to zoom in. So you can see that base is there, it's holding it after hours, and pre-market, the first minute or so it did have this big candle down, but it soon recovered, and then it's just holding this for the entire pre-market. So that is just such a nice area to be able to enter and risk off. So I am loving this setup, and I choose to put full size on this setup. And I'm getting in at 0.3220 is my entry price, round about here. And I'm risking off the previous day's low. So if it breaks that, I'll have to cut the trade and I'm out. So I'm in pre-market, and then if we just zoom into market open, see what happened. So just sort of hovered around here, and then it broke my risk, and I had a stop loss on and automatically cut the trade. And I know when it's a really good setup that once it breaks my risk, I think, why isn't this working? Because I know that it should work. So I've still got eyes on this, because if it reclaims my risk, then that's a strong sign that actually this is still going to do the move that I think it's going to do, and I want to jump right back in. So it did do that. It reclaimed my risk, and I'm wanting to put full size on again. So I put my order in and managed to get filled at 0.3190, so slightly lower than before, which is brilliant. And I thought, great, I'm in this, I'm in full size. And then it took me about a minute or so to realise it had only filled a portion of my shares. So I'm sitting there all comfortable thinking, brilliant, and then like, oh crap, I've only got half. How many did I need to put on? I can't remember, but only a portion of my shares got filled. So at that point I'm thinking I need to add to this position, but then it became, I think it was on this candle here by the time I realised. So it became a little bit far away from my risk, almost had to chase it a little bit, And because the price is moving so quickly, I don't know if I'm going to get filled at a higher price than I would like. So I still managed to get a decent size on it, but I didn't get the full size that I had initially tried to put on it because, the next time I had to add it was slightly further away from my risk. But anyway, I'm in the trade there, decent size, and then it does the move that I think it's going to do, which is brilliant. And I'm just selling along the way, and I actually messed up one of my sells. So yeah, I didn't do great with this considering I messed it up here, and then one of my sells I'd put the wrong price in. But anyway, managed to get my best sell was 0.4774 up here, and took a 33% gain on this. And if I just look at my profit targets, I was actually pushing for these two areas. But if we go on to the next 2 days after that, it actually held this area and then went on to hit those final two PTs and further. So it was kind of right to have those areas, but I wasn't going to swing it. I kind of wanted to be out of the trade by then. So yeah, that was my biggest gain so far. So really pleased with that one. Oh yeah, and one of the reasons why I like this setup, or why it works really, is because if we go to the daily chart, you've got people that have missed the run up that want to get a piece of the pie once there's a pullback, and also you've got shorts that are in this trade from day one who are trapped in the trade because there's a volume drop off, and then when some volume comes in, they can get squeezed. So there's two different reasons why this bounce can work. So I'm still trading with a 2k account while I'm building my confidence and still learning certain things. So my aim is to grow that 2k account by a certain amount just to prove consistency and discipline. And then once I hit that level, I'll be sizing up my account to, I was going to do a 5k account, but actually I'm going to jump to a 10k account. So having that goal in mind is giving me a lot of motivation to maintain discipline now so that I can start making some meaningful cash. Obviously, trading with a 10k account is not my final goal. I want to be trading with 50, 100 plus. But obviously, I need to size up sensibly and as I go along. So cheers for watching and catch you next Sunday.